Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about digital organization and organizing all of those folders that you have in your desktop, your digital desktop, and how we can organize them in a way that you'll know where everything is all the time. So the first thing you need to do when you are organizing your digital workspace is you want to think about the major topics. So I have like 6 major topics that I know that I need every year or in general when I'm teaching. So the first thing I like to do is I actually break down my school year into different folders. So I label my school year because if I have specific student documents like student rosters, things like that, I throw that in the school year. I also throw in the school year the curriculum that I plan, so like the units and things like that. So school year is one of my major categories. So we have school year. The second major category that I always have is class decor, because there are certain things that I know I need all the time. And I'm just writing this along on a whiteboard just so that you guys can see exactly how I brainstorm and organize my technology folders. So I have school year, class decor, and then the next one I have is professional development. So professional development is for all of the different places that I go for professional development, as well as in my district, we have Monday PD days. So we stay after school and we get professional development. So that is all of that I put in that folder. The fourth folder I put is seasonal activities. Because generally speaking, every year the seasons fall around the same standard that I'm teaching, so I kind of just break it up by holiday or by time of year. So that's where I also put my beginning of the year and my end of year activities as well. And then the fifth one I put is assessments. Assessments for me is really like a question bank where I kind of put the old state exam questions, things like that, where I can just grab the questions from there. And then finally I have a parent engagement folder because we are required to do a certain amount of parent engagement hours. So I put all of my parent engagement there, like all of the activities we have for parents, the workshops, things like that. So those are my 6 major buckets. And you can see I kind of just wrote them on a whiteboard. You can write them as a list on your notebook, whatever. So we have our 6 major buckets. Then you want to make a folder for each of these general buckets. So I make a folder and then I think about subtopics. I'll put the school year that it is. So like 2018, 2019, and so on and so forth. And then underneath that, I'll put the units as a subfolder. And then underneath that, I'll put the chapters that go into the units. And then I'll also put master copy of student list. I put a master copies in each yearly folder as well. So you can see I'm kind of starting to branch off. So from my school year, I have the school year in there. And then I have the units, the chapters, and then any master copies of student rosters, things like that. Exit ticket data, any type of data just from that year, I put there. Especially if you're an untenured teacher and you're going to be applying for tenure soon, then you want all of this information so that when you are doing your tenure binder, you can just grab it quickly and you know exactly where it is from what year, and you can show growth as a teacher. The second bucket is class decor. So here's where I put in my student desk anchor charts, because sometimes you don't know where those go. So like, I know I like to tape things on the kids' desks as like a little reminder, like a decimal place value chart or fractions, things like that. So I put all of the stuff that I know I'm going to want to tape on the kids' desks throughout the year in a folder. This way I know exactly where that's going. So student desks is one folder. Another folder I do is anchor charts. So those are posters that I'm going to want to hang up or print, or master copies of the anchor charts that I already have so that I know where I can go if they rip or get like messed up. And then I also put in my word wall and my bulletin boards. So my word wall, and we also have a concept board, and then my bulletin boards. There's that class decor folder. The third folder is professional development. So what I put in there is I make a folder for each professional development that I attend, and then I just throw any document that I get from there, and I throw anything in there that I might need for the professional development, any master copies that I get from my professional development, I throw it right into that PD folder. So this is I put a folder for each workshop. Pardon my handwriting. All right, you can type this out. I actually did type this out before, but I'm just showing you my thought process as I go through this. And then we have seasonal activities. So again, this is where I put my beginning of year activities, my end of year activities, and my holidays. I also put test prep in this because test prep, if you think about it, is a seasonal activity because it is like one time a year, right? Test prep. If your state has a state exam, you have that as well. All right. And we have assessment. So this is where I put released questions from my state exam. I don't really put any subfolders in there. I kind of just put the PDFs and I just label them what year they're from and what grade they're for, because sometimes I grab from the 4th grade or the 6th grade if I teach 5th, you know, so I just kind of leave that in there. There's no subfolders for that unless you want to put like your baseline exam in there as well. Baseline, any, if you want to put chapter tests, you might want to do that as well. I personally keep my chapter tests in my yearly folders because they change from year to year depending on my kids, depending on the state exam, pre-release questions, things like that. So that is my assessment folder. And then finally we have our parent engagement folder. The parent engagement folder, again, just like the PD folder, I make a folder for each workshop and then I just throw all the documents in there for that workshop. So for example, last year my team and I created a growth mindset workshop for parents and taught them how to use a growth mindset when they're at home with their children and some like words that they can use to encourage a growth mindset. So I have a growth mindset in my parent engagement folder. I also have we also did a workshop on how to help your kid with math and how to help your kid with math over the summer. Like that was an end of the year parent engagement. So again, I do a folder for each one with the documents inside. Okay, so those are my 6 buckets, and then I kind of broke it down into the subtopics. So now here's where we're going to get started in dragging all these stuff. So what you're going to do is you're going to drag all of the stuff that you have, all those files. You want to put them first into the major bucket that they belong in. So here would be school year, class decor, PD, seasonal, assessments, and parent engagement. And then go bucket by bucket and then drag them to the specific folder that they belong in. So that is going to help you really keep yourself organized for the school year and for your teacher folders, so that, especially like I said, if you're a tenured teacher, an untenured teacher, and you're about to get tenured and you want to make sure that you have all the stuff that you need to get tenured, you'll keep yourself organized. So if you're a new teacher, this is an organization system that will definitely help you with your digital files, and you'll definitely want to keep your digital workspace organized. Okay? Thanks for watching.